Good job. Look at you. Good job. You're going to get all better. Look at it. It's doing so good. So this poor bird had crashed into the window, and what we're doing is we're taking some water and some cayenne pepper, and we're mix that together, and that will help it, and it kind of takes it out of the shock that it has, and it also helps with like any bleeding. So it does really good like that, and we've brought back so many birds like this. Good job. And sometimes even if they're like in worse shape than this, you can do this and it will bring them back. This one's doing really good. See how it's starting to really come back? Like they'll kind of get out of the shock after just a little bit, and then they'll start flying away.
Just trying to point him towards the outside so he doesn't fly inside.
Yes, we've had that happen before.
See, his toes are starting to uncurl. They curl their toes up when they go into shock.
But this has worked for, I don't know.
Oh, there it goes.
Hey y'all, I wanted to explain a little bit more about what we just showed. So if you are going to do this, remember, number one, to be gentle with the birds because they are in an injured state. And also the spiciness does not bother them at all. Even at the stores, they sell bird feed that they have sprayed with a hot pepper, and it does not bother them. They do that to deter the squirrels. Don't waste your money. It does not work at all. And another thing to remember is the bigger the bird, the bigger the beak. And sometimes whenever they come to, they may bite you. So you may want to wear a glove, and generally the smaller birds it doesn't hurt, but if you do it with like a cardinal or something, we've done this with like little bitty goldfinches and indigo buntings and cardinals, and have had that experience with cardinals. So you may want to be careful with that. Also, you can do this with other animals. If you have an animal that has been run over or anything like that, basically what this does is it takes them out of that shock state. So this can help with that. It possibly could help to where you can get them to the vet and possibly save their lives, because shock is a pretty big thing. This also works for humans. We have several family members that had chronic nosebleeds to where it was like daily to weekly, and we started doing this, and we make it just the exact same way, and it is like a miracle. This makes you a big believer in herbal medicine. It took, whenever you first do it, your nosebleed will drastically reduce or stop in 10 seconds. It is really a miracle. And the people in the family who had this issue went from having it daily to weekly to only 2 to 3 times a year. So that was really amazing. Also, another thing with dealing with the birds is we had tried this with a tincture. I don't recommend this. I recommend doing this with water, because whenever it came to, it was in a really dazed state, and it was, I don't know, I guess it was a little drunk, so and it stayed in our hand for like a half an hour. So I don't recommend that. I just recommend doing the water. It was just really close at hand, so we tried that, but I don't recommend that. Let's see, what else? Also, to remember, whenever you're dealing with the birds, you don't want to touch your eyes or anything like that, and go and wash your hands right after, so that way, you know, if they have any germs, you don't have any issue with that. Our system is, whenever this happens, we have a lot of birds, and we live on a busy road, and sometimes the trucks scare them, or sometimes a hawk will come and that will scare them, and they'll crash into the window or the house, feeders or other birds, and we will try and save them. So Robert will go out and get them, and then I will come and make this, and I'm going to show you how we do that. So this is a really simple thing. Most of the time I don't even measure, because we're just kind of in that emergency state. But I take 1/4 cup of filtered water, and then we also use 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and mix it in. And you can make it a little stronger. If they're not coming to, you can always give them a little bit more, or make it stronger. We have to do this sometimes with nosebleeds whenever we were first starting, just to make it a little bit stronger, but it really works really well. So we use these pipettes, or you could use an eyedropper or maybe a syringe, just whatever you have, and we'll just suck it up like that, and I generally don't give them any more than this. Like one pipette I don't generally do. Maybe if it was a cardinal I'd do a little bit more, but the smaller birds, there's no way. You don't want to overdo it with them. So what I do is sometimes they're very willing, like in the video that we showed, where they will just take it really good, but if they don't, you don't want to pry their mouth open and hurt them. Remember, they are in an injured state and you want to be gentle with them. So we'll just put this next to their beak, and it'll, like, as you can see, it's kind of coming out like that. It'll just wick into their mouth and they will actually drink it. So you don't have to be rough with them or force their mouth open. Just put it right to the side of their beak, and you'll have to squeeze a little bit, but it's coming out anyways, and they will drink it. It works really, really good. We have had probably a 80% success rate, and we have a lot of birds and have done this dozens of times. We've done it, like I said, from little bitty goldfinches all the way to cardinals, and the only ones that didn't make it were the ones that had severe damage. Like, it was obvious that their necks were broken or something like that. I think that's everything I wanted to share. I hope this helps y'all, and I hope that y'all can help some birds. This will help everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.